September 3. This is the news on PBCJ. I'm Simone Absalom. President of the Jamaica Teachers Association is urging greater cooperation among teachers, parents, and communities as the new academic year begins. In his new school year message, Dr. Garth Anderson urged parents and students to, quote, see in the difficulties opportunities to be exploited. Work with your teachers and school administrators to optimize your full potential, end quote. In the meantime, he promised teachers that the JTA, under his leadership, would continue to press the government for better working conditions and to pay more attention to the health and well-being of teachers. He said the Teachers Association would continue to monitor the implementation of the new primary exit profile, PEP, in primary schools across the island. The National Works Agency, NWA, implemented further traffic changes along Constant Spring Road in St. Andrew. The section of Constant Spring Road between Cassava Peace Road and Marybounds Corner will be converted into a one-way corridor for traffic heading from the direction of Manor Park towards Halfway Tree. As a result of this change, motorists heading north towards Manor Park will be rerouted along Cassava Peace Road. Cassava Peace Road will also be converted to one-way between 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. on weekdays. Motorists may also use the road through Constant Spring Grove on Saxthorpe Avenue to access some sections of Constant Spring Road, including the major financial institutions along the corridor. Manager of Communication and Customer Service at the NWA, Stephen Shaw, says that this one-way system will be in effect from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. on weekdays. He says the changes will be in effect for 2 weeks in the first instance, in order to allow for contractors working on Constant Spring Road to complete crucial underground work. The government will be rolling out its human papillomavirus, that's the HPV vaccination program, to 27 additional schools later this year, as it continues with the initiatives to reduce new cases of the deadly cervical cancer in Jamaican girls and women. Chief Education Officer in the Ministry of Education, Dr. Grace McLean, explained last Thursday at a back-to-school press conference.
We have been in discussion with the Ministry of Health to complete the vaccination, especially for those schools that did not get the opportunity to participate when it was initially done. We have about 27 of those schools which we have already communicated with in preparation for those students to go through the process somewhere between October and November.
At the same time, there is no clear indication as to when the second phase of the vaccine will begin.
There is also a second phase to the vaccination, and so we are in discussion as well as to when that phase will actually begin. Just to advise that the Ministry of Health team, they have been participating in our parent sensitization sessions, and we have been using that opportunity to further educate our parents as it relates to the advantages of the vaccination as well as to allay their fears. So we are expecting that we will have no challenges as we seek to complete this process for our children.
The Health Ministry started administering the controversial HPV to girls ages 9 to 14 in schools on October 2 last year, with the aim of immunizing 22,338 girls in 150 schools. Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang announced that $1.9 billion has been allocated for the construction of a new police complex in Montego Bay. Minister Chang, who was speaking at a town hall meeting in Montego Bay Cultural Center in Sam Sharp Square last Thursday, said the Mobile West Police Complex will be constructed in Montego Bay Hills, St. James. The complex will comprise approximately 300 residential facilities to house police personnel and will be accessible to all members of the force deployed in that area. Minister Chang said the new police complex will be facilitating quicker responses from the JCF in the parish, especially after enhanced security measures are discontinued. Detectives of the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch and investigators employed to the National Commercial Bank are probing a scam in which criminals have been obtaining cardholders' information to make fraudulent purchases and transactions. In a statement on Friday, NCB said the scammers have been stealing point-of-sale terminals from merchants. Millions of dollars have been reportedly been fleeced from NCB cardholders. The bank said it is working with authorities to identify the perpetrators. In regional news, former Barbados government minister Donville Innis has pleaded not guilty to money laundering charges in a court in New York and has entered into negotiations with prosecutors. According to reports, although the nature of the negotiations has not been disclosed, it's being reported that the talks could lead to a reduced punishment for the 52-year-old former member of parliament. Innis, Minister of Commerce, Industry, International Business and Small Business Development under the previous Democratic Labour Party government, is accused of laundering just over $36,000 in bribes he had received from Insurance Corporation of Barbados Limited in exchange for getting them 2 government contracts in 2015 and 2016. In sports, triple jumper Kimberly Williams and sprinter taekwondo TRACEY were winners of the weekend's ISTAF-IAAF World Challenge meeting in Berlin, Germany. Williams' 14.40 meters held up for the win easily. TRACEY, the IAAF World Cup in Athletics and NACAC Senior Championships gold medalist, clocked 10.05 seconds in the men's 100 meters to beat Panama's 200 meters specialist Alonso Edward. American Isaiah Young was third in 10.15 seconds. Olympic Games 100 meters silver medalist Karen Stewart, winding down her final season in the professional track and field, was sixth in one of the 3 women's 100 meters races, running 11.37 seconds. And that's the news. Thanks so much for making it PBCJ. Remember, we are the People's Station.